Something that I noticed is that black people love to play victim. And this victimhood in which we have been living in for so long has to come to an end eventually, because you cannot play victimhood and then want to be God at the same time. God isn't victimized. You want to call yourself a god and a goddess? You want to call yourself the original people, kings and queens? Well, kings and queens and gods and goddesses don't complain about whether or not they're going to be safe in the midst of police. Gods and goddesses don't complain about poverty. Gods and goddesses don't complain about whether or not they can go outside and be safe in the eyes of others or be oppressed. Gods and goddesses aren't oppressed. Kings and queens aren't oppressed. I'm being real. I saw this tweet on Instagram, and it concerns this black woman saying that, I wish it was safe to be black. I wish it was safe to be black. How do we have this inferior mindset about ourselves, about being black, about being who we are, and then expect to receive some form of respect, some form of equality or liberation from anybody? How do we expect to be treated if we feel that we are inferior to other people? And this is what social media has done in a sort of way in which it has conditioned certain people to see themselves inferior, subconsciously inferior to other sets of people. You can complain, or you can go on a whole rant about how you built the pyramids, you built the first civilizations and all this other type of stuff, but you continue to moan and complain and pout about your predicament to another set of people. You out here screaming Black Lives Matter. To who? You out here screaming arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. To who? Who are you telling it to? Black people or your oppressor? By your logic. So when it concerns these type of predicaments, you have to be aware of what you say. You have to be aware of your narrative, because you have black people who are proud of saying that they are the minority, which you're not. You have people being proud of calling themselves people of color, which you are not. You want to call yourself the minority when you make up the majority. You want to call yourself people of color when you actually have a wide range of many complexions throughout the black race. You want to be inclusive with everybody. For what? You want to integrate and assimilate with everybody. For what? It's like you have all the sources, the resources, the money, the utilization. You have everything that you need to prosper in life. But the number one thing that's putting us down is not membership, it's not population, it's disorganization, as Marcus Garvey said. It's disorganization. That's the number one thing that we can't get together. We always want to bicker amongst one another. We always want to burn bridges amongst one another. The smallest things will cut off another black man or another black woman from our lives. He looked at me the wrong way. He said this about me on Instagram. It's never that same energy towards your oppressor, because you got to clock in 9 to 5 with him, because he's your boss, because he's the one that's writing your paychecks. But because you don't see your reflection in your own black man or black woman, because you don't see your own reflection in other black people, you treat them any type of way, because in the same manner, you don't even see yourself as valuable. You don't value yourself. You can't expect people to give you respect. You can't expect people to put you on this pedestal, or for you to even be in the higher ups of claiming that you're your own set of people, but you're always complaining to another set of people to get something done. You're always complaining to another set of people to get something done. It does not work like that. I'm going to read something from the Message to the Black Man in America. And this book right here has changed my life. This book is the reason why I have the mentality that I have today concerning black people. And I'm reading from the chapter, The So-Called Negro Must Do Something for Himself. I'm just going to read a little passage because there's so much that he has said in this chapter alone that black people need to get. He says, you remain as a free slave to your slave master. You demand that he recognize you as his equal. You are making yourself look small in the eyes of the world. If every so-called Negro was fired, what would you do? Would you unite and go to Washington and demand that the government give you a job? Would you be foolish enough to do that? If they beat you by the thousands, what right have you to say that he should not lash you? You have made yourself his slave. You continue to preach a doctrine of remaining with the slave master. You are still called by your slave master's name. So by right, by international rights, you belong to the white man of America. You have not gotten out of the shackles of slavery. You are still in them. And if you read this book right here, he literally tells black people that even in his time, black people were still beggars. And today, we are still beggars. Black people today are still beggars. We're still begging and pleading for another set of people to see us as equal. For another set of people to say, our lives matter. We matter here. We're telling the slave master it's not safe to be black. I just wanna live. I just wanna live. God protect. We are really out of it. Like, we're making songs like this. I just wanna live. I just wanna be free. I just wanna live in a world where it's safe. And yet we have all the resources that we need. We make up to $1.3 trillion per year. $1.3 trillion per year, and yet not even 1% of that goes back into our community. We give up billions of dollars to things that we don't need, billions of dollars to other sets of people that do not respect us. And then we wonder why we're in the predicament that we are in. Look in the mirror. You wonder why you won't get the respect that you deserve from other sets of people. Look in the mirror. Even in the book, in Message to the Black Man, it tells you that if you stand up on your own 2 feet and do for self as everybody else is doing, you will get the same respect. Stop going to other sets of people every time that something happens to you. Stop going to other sets of people and complaining about discrimination and all this other type of stuff that's happening. You have the opportunity to do for self. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of black people, but the masses of black people just won't be saved. There won't be a black utopia where all black people are going to come together. It's a hard pill to swallow, but that's just reality. So what you have to do is that you have to build your own. What I take this as, you have to have your black soulmate, your black significant other, and you have to build your own family, your own nation, your own kingdom within your own household. You can't depend on everybody else. You can't try and be the savior for the masses of black people. It just won't happen. Too many people have came by and tried to do that, and they have failed because of the masses of black people not wanting to get out of the shackles. From Marcus Garvey to Malcolm X. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. But until next time, I'm Tyrone. Thank you for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video with other people. Comment below about how you feel about what I say. If you like what I say, if you didn't like what I say, let me know in the comment section below. Till next time, I'm Tyrone, and I am out.
Something about the fragrance. They help me with my patience, baby. You saying me